Okay, my name is Eric. This is part 2 of roadside troubleshooting, my Honda ADV 150. This is the advanced video. You're going to need to be mechanically inclined for these next steps. If you're not mechanically inclined, simply call up a buddy or your wife with a motorcycle trailer or a pickup truck. Bring it to your trusted mechanic, or if it's still under warranty, bring it to the dealer. But if you're mechanically inclined, there's a few things we can check roadside that could help you get that bike back on the road. So let's assume that the bike was running when you parked it. You pulled over to enjoy the view, you turned it off, you got back on the bike, you went to start it, starter's turning over, but the bike itself just won't start. It's either mechanical compression, fuel, or spark. If it didn't have a catastrophic engine failure while you're going down the road, if it ran when you turned it off, odds are it's not compression. Let's just put that on the back burner. So we can check for fuel, we can check for spark. It is possible to pull a fuel sample roadside. Now you want to make sure that the exhaust cools down. Flash point on gas fumes is only 350 degrees, and the exhaust gets up to 1200 degrees. But if you remove one simple bolt and do one disconnect, quick connect on that fuel line, you can actually pull the fuel line out of the way so you can pull a sample. Here's how you do it roadside. You want to take your Honda provided screwdriver, use the Phillip end. Lift up on your floor mat, click in on that plastic clip, and you can remove it. Set it off to the side. After that, switch over to your flathead side. You just want to gently lift up so you can grab onto it and set your screwdriver down so you don't scratch anything up. Now you want to be gentle. If you try and force it, you're going to break the plastic clips. You don't want to do that. But if you're gentle, the clips going around click out of place. Now at the very end, you've got this tab that has to slide under. After that, the access panel is removed. That'll give you easy access to your spark plug. That'll also give you easy access to the fuel line if you're mechanically inclined. You're going to need a 10 millimeter gear wrench. That 10 millimeter gear wrench, you can remove this 10 millimeter bolt. I've done it with U-box in place. It can be done roadside. When you remove it, if you know how to disconnect a quick connect on a fuel line, you can pull your line out so you can easily pull a fuel sample. To disconnect it, you need to press down. Go ahead and grab that camera, Grace. Go ahead and press down on that plastic clip. If you can't quite get it, you can carefully use your screwdriver to assist you. After that, while you're pressing down, you can gently disconnect your quick connect. Go ahead and back up, Grace. Never use plastic, always use glass. Static electricity can set off gas fumes and it's just a bad scene. So using a glass, you can hold your fuel line and then use your fuel pump to pull a sample. Just gonna cycle my pump. Yeah, see that? I'm gonna do that a couple of times. There we go. Here's my fuel. If I had any water in the bottom of the tank, it's gonna settle down to the bottom. You get water in your fuel, it's gonna give you all sorts of problems. It can leave you stranded on the side of the road. It can make you break down on the side of the road while you're riding. You wanna make sure you don't have any water. You also wanna make sure you don't have any rust or sediment in there. You never know the quality of your fuel when you buy it. You've got a strainer on your fuel pump. Maybe the strainer fell down. Maybe some crap got past the strainer. Maybe your strainer has a hole in it. Maybe you've got some crap in your gas. Here's how you can check. Also, gas can expire over time. It can start as soon as 6 months in hot, humid climates. When your gas expires, if you're in America, you're going to have clear fuel. That clear fuel will turn more and more yellow as time goes on. As it becomes more and more rotten, it'll get smellier and smellier. It'll get darker and darker yellow, and it'll start to gum everything up. Check the quality of your fuel with that fuel sample. Now, if you do have water in the bottom of the fuel, no big deal. Cycle the pump a few times, and you can pull the water out of the bottom of your tank that way, put you back on the road. If it is just crappy old gas, you're probably gonna have to siphon it out. Rubber hose, gas can, make sure the gas can's lower than your gas tank. You can pull the fuel out, most of it out, then use the fuel pump to pull the rest of it out. You'll have to get some fresh gas from the gas station, kind of a hassle. Maybe at that point you call your wife or you call your buddy. I don't know. If you just have some water in the bottom of the tank, you can pull it out that way. It's kind of a hassle getting that 10mm bolt off. You can see it from the back. You can see it from the inspection plate. Make sure you remove the right bolt. You have to use a gear wrench 10mm to remove it. Take your time. Don't break anything. Don't force damage to the O-ring on that quick connect fitting. That's what seals your fuel. Okay, the inspection cover off. So everything's good on your fuel. This is an inline spark tester. It's small, it's compact, it's easy to carry. It's a quick, easy way to check to see if you have spark. All you have to do is put it inline on your spark plug. It'll test simultaneously whether you have spark and whether or not that spark plug is working. Let's say you have it connected, you turn the bike over. If you have good spark, you'll physically see the light flicker every time the spark sparks. You don't see any spark on the light? Pull your spark plug. Maybe it's gummed up. That'd be a quick, easy fix. Clean out your plug, puts you back on the road. All right, there's a couple quick tips and tricks. Remember, for safety, never use plastic for fuel samples. Make sure your exhaust cools down first, because you don't want to flash off those gas fumes and make lose your eyebrows or whatnot. Cause a fire, that'd be bad. Yeah, hopefully these tips and tricks are helpful. You do need to be a little bit more mechanically inclined. You do need a couple specialty tools, the gear wrench, the inline spark tester, but it might be a way to put you back on the road without the hassle of having to call your buddy or your wife. Thank you.